World 6 with Cocolia, the La Senora of Honkai Star Rail. This boss can be pretty challenging when you're underleveled because she summons a lot of adds as well as a very strong daughter. That's right, in phase 2 she will summon Bronya to fight alongside her, and there's an achievement for beating the fight without defeating Bronya, but wait till way later when you're super strong to do that, cause you want to defeat Bronya here since she does what she does. She speeds up Cocolia's turn and removes her debuffs, so that's a big problem. For free-to-play friendly team, I recommend going 3 fire units if you have them. You got Fire MC, Hook, or Himiko is a very good DPS. I really recommend Asta because she is the best unit to break fire, and she also has a very good light cone that increases fire damage for everyone in the party. So if you're running 3 fire and a healer, then Asta is a perfect support. And there are 4 random mini bosses along the way. The worst one is this Gate Guardian here, since that doesn't have a fire weakness. You're hoping to encounter this elite on the first time when they're still pretty weak, or not at all. Okay, on to blessings and paths and strategies. So there are 2 paths to pick. If you're capped at level 50, then you might need to use the Abundance path in order to get enough HP and healing to survive all her damage. So I'll talk about blessings for that path. If you are a little stronger, then the Hunt path is another very good choice. Since she summons so many adds in the fight, getting 10 Hunt blessings will let you use the double ultimate, so you'll get a lot of free damage with that strategy. Alright, let's start with Abundance. The cornerstone for Abundance to do damage is with the dew points. If you have to choose, then pick the one that gives you dew points that's based on your max HP instead of healing, since that's way more consistent. If you're able to get both, then get both. And the other thing you want that really helps is the AoE healing. When one character gets healed, everyone gets healed. And the other must-have is the tier 1 resonance bonus, since you're going to be getting a lot of abundance anyway, so this is going to be really helpful. And a very good quality of life is this one here that gives you a skill point whenever you heal. But in order to properly use this, you'll need to get other abundance buffs that heal you when you do damage or take damage, since the healing from the Resonance Path ultimate does not count and will not give you skill points. And the last quality of life blessing is this one here that removes debuffs on your team. Since Cocolia does a lot of ice stuff, one of her attacks has a very high chance to freeze you and pretty much make you skip your turn. So getting this blessing will give you another chance to cleanse the character without wasting Natasha's heal to remove the freeze. Now on to the fight. What you've been seeing in the background is just phase 1, which is pretty standard. She'll do her normal attacks and summon icicles every now and then. You want to destroy the icicles since those damage does add up, and they're pretty weak, so just cleaving with Fire MC and Asta is usually enough to break them. Then you can send the DPS to attack a broken icicle to do more damage. And like all bosses, Cocolia does have a permanent stacking damage buff that they use every other turn, so the longer you fight, the stronger they get. Now we start phase 2, which I think is the hardest of the 3 phases. At the start of phase 2, she calls Bronya to help her, and she has a lot of life. Bronya will also use her skill, which will buff Cocolia, move her up to the next turn, and remove any debuff. So if you have Cocolia frozen or have dots on her, Bronya is going to remove that. So you want to get rid of Bronya as soon as possible. At the same time, Cocolia is going to keep summoning the ice shards. Luckily, everything here is weak against fire, so you keep using the fire cleave but focus more on Bronya. There are 2 strategies for this phase. One is to focus all damage on Bronya in order to stop her buffs. The other strat is to kind of focus on both Bronya and Cocolia. You want to focus the fire attacks on Cocolia and break her every time she charges this Ice Storm attack, and then have the splashes or cleaves hit Bronya to slowly wither her down. The good part about this strategy is you reduce the amount of big hits you take since you're going to stop a lot of Cocolia's Ice Storm. The problem is you're splitting damage, so it's going to take longer to bring down both Cocolia and Bronya, so Cocolia can stack up her damage buff more during this time. I do recommend the first strategy to just focus down Bronya, and just eat the ice storms that come. The fight is still kinda early at this point, so Cocolia does not have that many damage buffs to one-shot you with the ice storm just yet. Once you bring down Bronya, then follow the same strat for phase 1. Keep killing the icicles that Cocolia keeps summoning, and you eventually get her down. If you're playing with the Hunt path and have 10 blessings, you should pick the bonuses that give you 200 energy and the one that restores 50% of the energy whenever the Hunt ult kills an enemy. With those two bonuses, whenever the Hunt Path ultimate kills an icicle, you get another ultimate back. And phase 3 is pretty much like phase 1 but with more damage. Cocolia adds an extra blizzard every turn that would just damage your whole party, along with her own attacks. Just follow the same strategy as phase 1 for phase 3, and use your healing as needed. If you are running abundance, then it really helps here, since every turn you'll be able to heal back the damage that the Ice Blizzard does. If you are not topped off and Cocolia and the Ice Blizzard have consecutive turns before your abundance can heal you, then use your healer's ultimate to top everyone off before you die. And that's pretty much the strategy for this boss fight. It's more of an endurance test than anything else. Just keep poking away and keep trying and you'll eventually get her down. And if you got really good curios and blessings and you don't want to ruin your run in case you die, just alt F4 before the boss kills off your entire party to get another try. Hope these tips and this video was helpful. Let me know what kind of teams you like using in the simulated universe with the comments down below. And as always, have fun out there, Trailblazer. I'm going to just let the rest of the fight play out. You can tune out whenever now. Unless you want to stay and watch Hook be the MVP, because she's so cute and she just does so much damage.
We made a choice, go fight against your fate.